Hello, everyone. Welcome to Wake Cat Sports, and it's Lions post game. Quicker one because I didn't really get to watch the game because, again, I am out of town. But Lions winning 34-10. A good game by the Lions. Not actually the best game from Jared Goff in the past couple of years. He was 16 for 27, 2 TDs, threw for 168 yards with an interception. Gibbs himself ran for 91 yards, and Amon-Ra was his top receiver at 70 yards. He had 2 TDs today. Gibbs had 1. But overall, it's not a bad game from the Lions. It was what you expected, even after what the Browns did to the Packers last week. It's what you expected out of the Lions to do this week. Montgomery had 9 rushes for 12 yards. They stopped Monty pretty well, just didn't stop Gibbs. Jamo had 2 receptions, 40 yards. I know there was a special teams touchdown. There was a fumble recovery because Hutch caused a fumble again. But it was a good game overall. I have not seen what has happened to DJ Reed. I did see he was carted off the field. I don't have too much extra knowledge on that, to what exactly has happened. But overall, for the most part, it was a good game for the Lions. Hopefully Reed is not out that long. And we'll see what ends up happening. But I'm going to try to also look up this real quick just so I can figure out what the problem is. Didn't even get to see. It's a hamstring. So maybe he won't be out for that long. Maybe a couple games at most. Hamstring injury, though. So we'll see what ends up happening. But overall, again, a good game from the Lions. On to next week, where, again, I think it is a winnable game against the Cincinnati Bengals. Without Joe Burrow, I think it's a lot easier to play the Bengals, but we'll see what ends up happening. But I'll get more into that in a pregame. Right now we're on the Browns, which, again, good game overall. Joe Flacco actually did not play that bad. He was 16 for 34, though. That part is not good. He got sacked 3 times by the Lions defense, which is good, and he threw for 184 yards, 2 interceptions. Junkins ran the ball for 82. Outside of that, they had no rushing at all. So you were able to stop everybody but one of their running backs. But overall, not a bad game, again, from the Lions. What you expect, what you want to see. And hopefully we can continue going on to next week. You're now 3-1. When it comes to division standings, you're tied with the Packers. At least should be tied with the Packers. Maybe, possibly. I don't know how the Packers did this week, so that's actually what it comes down to as well. So we'll see what ends up happening. But a quick update from when I do this video, so I have knowledge of what's going on. They play Sunday night. So they played tonight. The Packers end up beating the Cowboys. Division's tied. Packers will lead, but at least it's tied. If the Cowboys win, then the Lions have control over the division. We'll see what ends up happening. But if you like to see, like, comment, subscribe. Let me know what you think about the Lions and what maybe they need to do for the next game. And until next time, we'll see everybody soon.